Hi guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia, and I'm accompanied by Dr. Wattana.
Hi.
We are at the Queen Sirikit Botanical Garden in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and today we will tour a brand new trail that is the Queen's Trail here, and then we will see a lot of palms, ferns, as well as gymnosperms in this tour, and we will let Dr. Wattana lead us in this tour. Dr. Wattana is actually the curator for Queen Sirikit Botanical Gardens for 7 years. Thank you so much for having us here. And can you tell us what's over here?
Yeah, it's a rare palms collection from around the country.
Are these all the same species or are they different?
Different, maybe more than 60 species of Thai palms, and maybe some of the introduced palm, interesting palm.
Very nice. And these are all of the ones that we saw here are all different?
Different.
Wow.
This one is we call Bang Soon.
Do you memorize the names?
The name is Johannes Tasmania. The palm is which leaf shape is very special. From southern Thailand.
From southern Thailand. Huge. This is very tall. This is maybe almost 3 meters tall.
It can be bigger than this, maybe 5 meters high. This one leaf.
And this is still shooting out from down below. It's still a new leaf. And it's putting out almost, I think, it's a beautiful shape here actually, when it puts out a new leaf. So you're saying that these are all different palms?
Yeah, different. This one is Picola peltata from the southern Thailand also.
Huge.
It's the largest leaf of fan palms in our country.
Beautiful. This is such a beautiful trail with a little bit of waterfall action.
And this one is a Wallichia disticha, the palm from the western Thailand. The leaves are arranged by alternate.
Yeah,
it's the only one plain like this.
Yeah. So from the side it looks like this, and then it's quite beautiful, the growth pattern on this. Let me squat down to see it from below. Is this considered rare?
It's endangered.
Oh, it is?
It's rare, yeah.
Wow.
From the rare palm from western Thailand.
Yeah, so you guys...
The disticha is mean two-sided.
Ah, so that's why it's like...
Yeah, two-sided leaves, lamb.
And this is really, really tall.
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot of conservation efforts here, obviously. And you mentioned on the way that every tree here has a barcode, has a system.
The QR codes you can scan to get more information about this palm species.
Nice. And how are palms usually propagated?
Oh, from seeds.
From seeds?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have male and female, or is it?
Some species have male and female.
Okay.
So we have different sorts of the same species. This one is a Tatechu palm. It's with the chewing palm.
Which one?
This.
These three. That's really, really tall up there. Is it chewing palm?
Yeah.
For what purposes are people chewing them up?
Oh, you can see find the internet.
Okay.
Maybe this culture in the Southeast Asia. Maybe Indonesia.
Maybe.
Indonesia is.
Is it when they turn red?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot the name, but I see what you mean. So I guess like across many cultures, it's very similar values. With I guess it's an ancient tribe habit from the old times. The
utilization of the palm. Common palm we use in our country.
See, I see some common ones: sago palm, sugar, areca.
Chewing palm and sugar.
Yeah. And this is the most controversial, the oil palm. But interesting, I guess palm is really a species that's brought us humanity a lot of benefits.
Yeah. QR code
So actually, what are these QR code again?
The QR code shows maybe the picture of the queen. She's staying around here to on the visit.
Ah, so there's a picture of her actually that you can only view when you...
Yeah, you can see how the palm growing from that time.
How many years ago, do you know?
Yeah, you can see.
So this is the photo on the screen. This is the palm as it is now. With the... Yeah, interesting. It's much shorter back then. So that photo was 25 years ago, and it does take that long for this to grow into that. How wonderful. Actually, that palm is beautiful if you can only get an up-close look at it. The leaves are quite amazing. Very silver. Is this a palm? What is this?
A palm? Yeah. Salaka. It's a fruit.
Yeah, it's salak, the snake fruit, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess this is very common for you guys here.
It's not common in northern Thailand, maybe in the south.
Beautiful spines.
Salak.
Look at that detail on this.
I'm going to show you something special. Coco de mer.
Okay, this is Coco de mer. If that's a common name, that's the Latin name.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that is this species have a special history. The name is Lodoicea magnifica. The Coco de mer it's in French. It means coconuts from the ocean. No one have been seen its tree before. It get to the Maldives Islands. Maldives. Just only the fruit.
Yeah.
And no one can have been seen the tree.
Oh, okay.
Named after the Maldives Islands. Actually, it's endemic palms in the Seychelles.
Seychelles, yeah.
Seychelles.
Far away.
Far away and floating. It's a highly conserved fruit in the Seychelles Islands.
Oh, okay.
So we cannot export this palm from on the island.
Very important one. Does it get bigger than this?
Oh, very huge.
Okay, so this is still just child.
Just only the first two leaves.
Oh, okay. Is it very difficult, do you know, to take care of?
Quite difficult.
Or do you just leave it out here?
Leave it out and have to check more often.
It has a VIP palm.
Yeah, because of its very big seeds.
Yeah.
Biggest seeds of the in the palm family.
It's the biggest seed.
Yeah, maybe like this.
Oh wow. Oh wait, but the one that was brought here was the seed or the
seed?
Oh, the seed. So you sprouted that from a seed.
Yeah, because inside that is lots of the starch inside. It's easily to rot.
Is it edible? Do you know?
It's edible.
Yeah, okay. Would you say that most palms are edible? Most palm fruits? Safe to say? No, not all.
No, not all.
But the ones that are very beneficial, like, you know, we eat them for the fruit. Sometimes we use their husk for something else and their leaves for other industries, like accessories.
Legumes families collection.
Yeah.
Up there.
What is the name of the family again?
Leguminosae.
Okay, so Mr. Wattana was explaining that a lot of it's a family with a lot of genuses within it, a lot of species, and some of them were actually used in some of the best woods out of Asia, and some musical instruments. And then the legume family is also used to produce these, which we're more familiar with. These are all the seeds, and this is an interesting setup here. These are quiz. Is this a quiz or is it like there's a X mark here, there's an OK mark here? What does this mean?
It's the quiz.
Oh, it's a quiz, right?
Yeah, it is legumes.
Yeah, or not legume.
Not legume.
Okay. And this is a famous one. This green bean is a legume.
Yeah, this is a...
That's not.
That's not. It is oak.
It's an oak, okay. So I guess we can see.
This is chopstick.
Yeah. It looks like a legume, but it really isn't.
Yeah, grass family.
Yeah.
This is cashew nuts.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the most common peanut that we know.
Yeah,
It is? Oh yeah, it is. Yay.
It is?
So this I'm not sure. This is probably a yes? No, sorry, pistachio isn't. What about
From the mango family.
Oh, it's mango family?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay. And this is beautiful. They look like little ladybugs. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna guess that it is. Yeah. No- yeah. Feel free to Google that. I don't know the name.
It's Sephora.
Yeah. So this is actually an interesting and important plant family that we really take for granted, I guess. And they're usually in a tree form.
The tree form.
Let's do one more. This one. This is the walnut. Wait, what is this?
Walnut.
Walnut, right? I'm gonna guess that it is. Oh,
Prunuts from the rose family.
Rose family.
Yeah, it's the prune.
Okay.
Prune seeds.
This is fun. This setup. I think we should do this more often. It's very interactive.
Okay.
This is pumpkin seed, right? No.
Yeah.
Pumpkin seed is not, of course.
Yes.
It's not. Yeah.
It's from pumpkin.
This is fallen naturally, right? Or
Naturally.
yeah.
It's fallen.
Fallen
Fallen tree.
and supported by this tree.
There's all these.
Wow.
And there's all these ferns.
These two trees support the fallen
Yeah.
tree.
We try to use as to keep it natural.
Natural form.
You can see
Yeah.
grow some ferns on there.
Yeah. Yeah. And this asplenium, right? This
Asplenium.
yeah. This will get huge, right? This is
You
still
could get huge.
yeah. It'll be beautiful once that takes over the space. Yes.
Yes, we get to the Ferns gardens.
Oh, is this the fern garden now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mainly we keep.
And again, if people are interested, if they come here and walk on their own, they see something interesting, they can stop here. And what if they scan this? They will see information
Yeah.
on the plant. Is it going to be linked to the website? You guys
Yeah,
said?
link to the website.
Oh, interesting.
Garden website.
Yeah. And it should tell like if there's like medicinal properties and things like that. It should be able to read. Actually, it'll be nice to spend hours and just relax and slowly. If I have the time, I would do that.
Yeah.
You know, take more time. And this is all these fern. This is that fern, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
that's from.
yeah, that fern. There are actually a lot of large ferns. I never find a species for these. It's good that it's here. I wish I could spend some time to study them. So they have this is Selaginellia. I filmed this earlier.
Yeah.
This is a lot, and they just grow on their own. They're very easy, right? Look at that.
We grow some of them and let this expand the cover.
Now, tell me I'm wrong, but you can actually propagate by the stem for Selaginellia.
Yeah.
Because they have this stem with adventitious roots, I
Yeah.
saw.
The creep and they can
Creep along on their own.
creep around that. Creeping down.
But they're actually nice when they're a smaller clump in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
When they're like this, they kind of look like everything disappear into one. But there are many of these really interesting ferns here.
Yeah.
This is also in the greenhouse, the larger ones. Tell me something about ferns. Is it one family or is it many families that we call ferns?
It's many family. It's ferns mean the seed, non-seed plant.
Yeah, they put out spores, right?
Produce spore, but they not produce seeds,
Mhm.
and they have we call vascular. Transfer the nutrient and water to the leaf.
Yeah. And we don't call them leaves. They're actually fronds.
Frond.
Technically. What is the difference between a frond and a leaf? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Leaves. Frond. It's leaf of ferns.
But what is the okay? So but there's nothing that really distinguishes. They have the chlorophyll. They have the same kind of structure as the leaf.
The same structure.
Okay.
But just
It's really curious why they call it fronds instead of leaves.
the vernation, the young leaves of the fern.
They curl up like that.
And we call most of the fern, maybe nearly all of the fern.
They do that.
Do that. They produce for.
And they're asexual, all of ferns, or one fern itself, without being like male and female, can they make their own spore? I think they do, right?
They do.
Yeah, so they're asexual. They don't need.
No, they're bisexual.
Okay.
They have male and female.
Within one plant. Oh, they can
Different
switch.
plant. They
They-
can switch.
Oh, they can
Because
switch.
the life cycle. Sporophytes.
Sporophytes.
They call
Okay.
sporophytes plants.
Yeah.
They produce just spore,
Mm-hmm.
and spore falling down
Yeah.
to here,
Yeah.
and then we can germinate to the stage we call sporophyte.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something like this.
Yeah.
And we call gametophyte.
Gametophytes.
Mostly it's a heart-shaped gametophyte.
And then what happens to these?
So the gametophyte have male and female gametophyte.
Oh.
The smaller stage we call gametophyte. We have male and female, and
Yeah.
they produce the male produce sperms that can swim.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
So all
Oh
of the
my God.
most of the ferns
Yeah.
could be stay in a humid area. They need water to do the fertilization.
Oh,
The-
interesting.
Yeah, you have a small gametophyte, male
Yeah.
and female.
Yeah.
Female have the eggs,
Yeah.
and male has sperm.
Yeah.
And when the sperm hatch, they swim
To the female.
to the
And then a
female.
fern will form that way.
Yeah, these three form
Oh.
from the fertilization and growing to make a larger like this.
Is it how ferns are hybridized as well? You have like a male and a female of different spores that you hybridize them?
Yeah,
I always wondered how ferns reproduce without flowers.
yeah.
So okay, let me repeat this. So they actually, this is quite crazy. So they make the babies, and the babies have male and female, and the babies are actually the ones that are mating.
Just baby. It's
The-
a different stage of the plant. We call gametophytes.
Oh, but they're technically they're offsprings from they come up from the spores.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they're
this technically it is offspring.
or maybe you can also say maybe it's the fruit. The spore is the fruit, kind of.
Yeah. Kind of
And then
fruit.
the fruit will have male and female, and then they will somehow pollinate each other.
The fruit germinate to be mother and
Yeah, father. Yeah.
produce a huge
Yeah.
offspring.
That is not the same law that most of the life form that we know follows. This is something else.
It is
Interesting.
plants.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, the flowering plant is doing the same.
Really?
Really, the flowers.
Yeah, they are, but it's
Yeah.
different delivery
But the gametophyte
Uh-huh.
just on the
on the flower.
the flowers
Yeah, but this one, the gametophyte is on somewhere else,
somewhere else.
dispersed somewhere else. Yeah, interesting.
It's the same life of the relative. We call it Selectionella.
Yeah,
We call the life cycle is
Sim-
same as ferns.
Oh.
It's a little bit different.
So all the plants that reproduce that way, we call them ferns.
Fern and fern allies.
Fern allies.
Yeah, fern ally or relative of ferns. We
Okay.
have a Selectionella and a Lycopodium.
Yes. So this you wouldn't call a fern. It's just a fern ally.
Fern allies.
This is interesting, though. I think the Selaginella. Honestly, I've been seeing it. People post a lot on Instagram.
Yeah.
The regular green one,
Yeah.
and then I saw during the show 2 days ago the variegated ones. I think they're going to become a popular houseplant. Believe it or not, the Selaginella. It's a lot of people are talking about it. Interesting.
Selectionella, also Equisetum, ally, Xylotum.
Xylotum, bryophytes. This one here.
Yeah, this one here.
So moss.
Moss, the bryophyte have moss, liverworts, and hornworts. Mainly three groups.
They will call it fern ally.
No, bryophytes.
Bryophytes. That's a whole new family or group.
Group, the
plant.
major group. We call non-vascular plants.
Mm-hmm.
They just live like a gametophyte.
There's a lot of reading I have to do after shooting this episode, and I hope some of the audience here, if you're hearing these words, because I'm gonna have the word on the screen.
Because of the film in the botanical garden.
Yeah, yeah. This is a private tour. We don't get this often, so thank you for the knowledge. And this is also footed ferns.
Yeah.
Now tell me something also, because a lot of people are. Can you propagate them by the feet?
Yeah.
You can cut it, right?
Yeah.
I have not done it yet. Because in my channel we propagate a lot of plants.
Yeah.
But do they need the leaves to propagate, or they don't?
They don't.
You can just cut,
It.
single node or what?
Maybe longer is better.
Longer, and you stick it on like moss or something.
Just on moss.
Yeah. And you stick them sideways or
Just this way.
you just lay them down? All right, I'm gonna try that soon because this is a gorgeous fern. It'll be fun to see how we can.
Yeah, it's also ornamental ferns.
Yeah.
In Thai we call this naka.
Naka means.
Naka is mean the big snakes you can see. in
naga.
Naga.
Yeah.
You can see in our temple.
Yeah.
Naka ferns.
Yeah. And this is actually a very easy fern to care for. Very forgiving. Yeah.
Naka fern from Fiji.
From where? Fiji. Fiji Islands.
Yeah, Fiji Island. Fijiensis.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Davalia Fijiensis. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful trail. So you can actually wander off down there. We're gonna do that today. We don't have a lot of time. But imagine if you had all the time. There's all these little mini trails you could take and hang out in. Wow, this is interesting as well. It's got like black hair on it, fine black hair. Now ferns like these are quite difficult, probably, right? Is this the name of it?
We call elephant ears.
This one, right?
Yeah, elephant ears.
Fuzzy petal. Something tells me this is very difficult fern. Maybe like terrarium or something.
Need more
Humidity.
humidity.
Yeah.
Air humidity.
People always buy this and they look beautiful, cheap,
see?
and then they die. Is there a secret tip that you can?
Fern normally needs humidity in the air,
Yeah.
not in the ground.
Ah.
People like to, it's fern, it love water, and they put a lot of more water to ferns.
They can also rot if in water,
Also rot.
but cannot let them dry out. Also,
Also.
they will also turn brown. This is so beautiful.
So
Yeah. And they like it bright. Actually, ferns they don't like low light, right? Usually.
most of ferns, they don't like full sun.
So not full sun, but bright. Bright without direct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except sometimes the tree ferns. Can the tree ferns take a bit of direct sunlight?
Yeah. Some of ferns growing in the we call open places like a roadside bank. They love some
And they can take full sun.
full
those.
sun like that.
Yeah.
Like kind of trees or tree ferns or
Yeah. And some of these tree ferns are coming from Australia, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
from Australia.
Yeah, those
Like
can
the
take a
big-
beating.
Bigger ones from Thailand.
Oh, there are
Okay.
some from Thailand as well.
Yeah, the bigger one.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's,
Are they endangered here?
some species are
Okay.
endangered. This is the big common one is native here on this mountain.
Oh, right here on this mountain.
Yeah, the Thai name is called after this mountain, Doi Suthep.
That's the Doi Suthep.
Doi Suthep.
Doi Suthep. That's the name of this mountain.
Doi Suthep, tree ferns.
Okay. Beautiful. So this one is not endangered.
It's not endangered.
Okay. Are these like cultivated in the houseplant market? Do you know, or not really?
Not really. It takes. It's famous in market, but not from the germination.
Not germination.
To collect from the
Wild. Oh no, that's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good. We should. Yeah.
So we keep them safe here, and maybe we have sometimes have very few in the forest home. We can do the propagation from the source of the spore. This is the we call targets
Yeah.
of the botanical garden.
That's nice. And then you
Yeah.
also benefit commercially to the people who are want to bring it to the market.
As we do last weekend
Yeah.
to introduce the very rare and threatened plants to the market.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's actually a good habit. Like, that's actually a good supply chain system when you have like a conservation effort here at the same time, but you work hand in hand with the commercial and you try not to harm.
Yeah.
You find a balance and work together, right? That is the future, I think, of houseplants. A lot of people are looking for more and more exotic now because they're bored with the common ones already. So we have to know where we get our plants from. But this one takes a while to get this big, obviously, right?
I'll take this plant for 30 years.
To get to this size, probably. And it was probably on the ground, somewhere low down below, right?
Yeah.
At first. This is what I love about ferns. Look at this. It's busting into life. They put out all these beautiful, like feather-like fronds that expand over time to become this. And it's so joyful to see.
They
Yeah.
also, this kinds of fern is a hybrids from
Ah.
our royal project in Doi Intanon.
And usually hybrids are generally speaking hardier, stronger than species. Is that correct for ferns?
For ferns, yes, stronger. It's, they accept fertilization and more. They can grow easier, more hardy.
Nice. And this one looks like a palm actually.
Yeah.
So if you want to look for something that is look like a palm, because palms usually they need the full sun,
Yeah.
right? More light. Beautiful. And it's one good thing about hybrids is that they're not going to be endangering the nature
Yeah.
because they're taken from commercial growers. Yeah, there are a lot.
Imagine how to do the fern hybrids. Draw from
Yeah.
different species,
Yeah.
keep them together,
Okay.
and try. And you test the genetics
Yeah.
of the mother and father,
Yeah.
and you can, and when it produces sporophyte
Yeah.
like this,
Mm-hmm.
offspring,
Yeah.
big offspring like this, you can test the
big-
genetic.
Yeah.
If there is, which one is the
Hybrid.
hybrid.
But in a bag, not all of them will hybrid, of course.
Yeah, not all of them. Because a mix of sperm and eggs of
Yeah.
two different kinds.
Or if you have more than two different types, it's even more crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are all these ferns down here. Feel free to come here and take your time. Look at all these rows and rows of fern. A lot of them look similar, but they all have their own species ID. Some of them I'm sure are also hybrids. It's if you also want to learn more about ferns and how to identify them, yeah, look them up here.
We put a fern, big fern,
In
on a stump.
Oh yeah, this used to be a tree.
Tree,
And now it looks like a strange tree. Now that one has fallen, that one fern. Maybe something happened to it, but can it still come back to life or is this done?
something like this.
Oh, it will do that?
Up.
It will do that or not?
Yeah, they will do this.
So this, I mean, that part, the top part will probably rot off or whatever,
Yeah,
and then it will become this?
yes.
What?
Yeah, growing roots. On the,
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. They want to live,
yeah,
these
they
guys.
want to do
They love to live.
main food source of dinosaurs.
They were?
Yeah, they were.
What?
Yeah, in the
They don't
past,
need-
in the dinosaur era, the flowering plant did not cover the world.
So ferns have been around for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, very long time in the dinosaur era.
Have they evolved since then? Do you know?
Are losers to the flowering plant. The flowering plant emerged after the mass extinction
Okay.
of the fern era, Carboniferous. The Carboniferous era,
I'm not familiar with that.
it's maybe meteor
That killed off the dinosaurs.
killed the maybe the kills of all of the fern. That is the foods of the dinosaur.
But we can find also the fossils of the fern that used to, some. So we actually lost a lot of fern species
Yeah.
over the time, and they also lost to some of the other plants that are emerging since then. But they are source of food for dinosaurs,
Yeah.
and a lot of dinosaur fans will actually like that bit of information. That's a good knowledge to bring to a party, as a conversation.
Dinosaur is ferns.
Yeah. But ferns today, are there any ferns that are edible quality for us in current?
In Thailand, we have kind of famous ferns, edible ferns. Some species, it's edible like a vegetable.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Young, we call Fern.
Is it tasty?
It's tasty. It's now developed to be a kind of the we call seasonings.
Yeah, they're everywhere here. Is this native to Thailand? This legionella?
It's from Indonesia.
Oh wow! And yet we don't see it in Indonesia. Yeah,
Silachinella
yeah, that's the name of the
erythropods.
erythro means black, dark or dark.
Red.
Red. Sorry.
Erythro.
Yeah. Oh, this is also Selaginellia.
Yeah, from Philippines. Ornata.
Very pretty. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah, they make really interesting houseplants as well. I actually have that at home. I have it, but I don't know the species name. So maybe I can find out here. Is it on the?
Oh,
Is there anything?
there's fallen down. Maybe.
Maybe it's like washed off.
Yes. Unidentified first.
Oh shoot! Okay. I guess I have an identified fern now in my collection.
Fern.
That is a fern?
Yeah. That's a tree fern. That's why we
I
call
think. What
tree
is the
fern.
species name?
The Chinese tree fern. Also
Okay.
native in Thailand.
I think I filmed this before, but I did not know this was a fern. I thought this was actually a tree. It can also branch out, right, into 2 or 3 different things, or is it only one?
Maybe.
Wow, this is.
Maybe. It's like a coconut.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it looks a lot. Sometimes they can be confused for a palm, easily for the tree ferns. Are ferns also heavy nutrition feeders, in your opinion? Do they need a lot of nutrition?
Normally, I was growing wild plants. But
Okay.
they are not hungry to nutrients. But for the ornamental or cultivate variety,
Mm-hmm.
they breed to get a hungry plant.
So you do need to feed them when you're in potted, but when you're in wild like this, you don't really need
You
to
don't need to.
overthink the care and everything.
We care with we do mulching.
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 That means putting dead leaves over the.
dead leaf over them. Sometimes we put organic matter,
Mm.
also the compost.
Yeah.
We put the compost.
What is the purpose of it? The mulching.
We mix the organic matter composition.
Okay, and then you just the purpose is so that it can seep in nutrients into the soil.
Slowly.
Oh, slowly.
Yeah.
Okay. And in this setting, there's probably a lot of animals in there that are helping, and fungi that is breaking down all this into absorbable nutrients.
Like in the forest.
Yeah.
No one fertilize the forest. They can produce a big, very large tree, ferns.
Yeah. Interesting. And syngoniums, they're actually not native here,
Not
but then they're quite invasive, no?
invasive in shade area.
Are you guys worried about syngoniums taking over the world someday?
No.
Or is that like, it's not a concern, right? In
It's
terms
not
of.
concerned we have lots of native to fight. We're not concerned about the natives to get invade in our forest, because the invasive species need more light.
Okay.
Yeah, if we keep our forest canopy closed,
Okay.
we can protect the
Protect it.
forest.
So the invasive species that you mean, they are usually species that love a lot of light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as a curator of the botanical garden, what do you normally do? Like, do you have to find these plants? Do you have to select them?
Technically, I make a plan.
Mhm.
Which plant we should grow in the garden,
Okay.
and select the plant.
Okay, what is your top 3 priority?
Threatened,
Okay.
Number
1.
endemic.
Yeah.
And we have a focus plant group.
Mhm.
Another 3 focus plant group is orchids,
Okay.
ginger, and ferns.
Oh.
But not fern, it's medicinal plants. Sorry.
Okay.
Orchids, ginger, and medicinal plants.
Okay.
This is a high value plants to develop for our culture and our business.
Okay.
In the past, the threatened and endemic native plant species we grow just for the conservation aspect. To keep the source of the seeds to produce the young plant in the. It's like a bank.
Okay. Like a
Living bank.
like
To produce seed to what we call reintroduce the threatened species to the
into the wild. Okay, interesting.
And after we take propagation the plant for some time, we have knowledge and know-how to propagate and grow the threatened plant and rare plants, and some species have potential to grow as ornamental plants.
Yeah.
So we try to like this. It's wild plants.
Yeah.
It's interesting wild plant. We can develop it to and introduce to the market
As house plants.
House plant or garden plants.
Interesting.
So we can have a diverse source of the garden plants and house plants.
And sometimes you also have these gene pool, and then you can hybridize whatever and create something new. Because the houseplant is thirsty always for new things, which is not always a good thing, but everyone always looking for what's new, what's interesting in the plant market. This is a cycad, I think. Yeah, it looks like a fern.
You now get to the Gymnosperm garden on the left hand side.
But cycads are not gymnosperm, are they?
Cycad is Gymnosperm. They are non-flowering plant, but not fern. They produce seeds.
Yeah.
Gymnosperm is a seeds plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say that again. So cycads are not, they don't produce seeds.
They produce seeds.
They do.
They do produce seeds.
Okay.
But the seeds is not produced from the flower. Not.
Where are they produced from then?
They're from commonly called cone.
From the cone.
Technically we call strawberries, which is a peck of the we call the leaf.
Yeah. That's fascinating. Yeah. So okay, we can't go into the details today, but one day I think we should explore about the reproduction of the cycads.
Gymnosperm.
Yeah. So cycads are gymnosperm, but then what are some of the other gymnosperms that we know? Yeah.
Pines and conifers.
Pines and so they're in the same family.
In different types, different families. We call the major groups of plants. When you have bryophytes to the fern and fern allies. We have a pteridophytes.
Okay.
Fern and allies.
Yeah.
And then gymnosperm is cycad and pines and conifers. And the highest rank in the rank is flowering plants.
Okay, I really need to learn more about this. But gymnosperm, they are everywhere in the world.
Yeah,
they're spread out everywhere. Yeah, I need to look up because I have no idea what Mr. Wattana just said. But yeah, I will hopefully someday be able to explain it in a separate episode, maybe. but these produce cones, obviously.
Produce cone.
They're the fruits. Are they?
No technically fruit.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. The seed is produced from cones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're different from the other plants that we know of, like the fruits.
Maybe I see some what we call fruits.
Yeah.
See the monocots.
All right. So tell us the difference, monocot and dicot, real quick, in short lesson.
Short lesson. You can see the leaf veins.
The leaf veins. Yeah.
It's parallel.
Like this is parallel.
Yeah, parallel.
And this is going to be a dicot.
Monocot.
Monocot.
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
Parallel.
Okay. This is a monocot, and what is a dicot?
Dicot we have a netted.
It's what is it?
We call those the net
Yeah.
leaf vein.
The leaf veins are,
A
sorry?
net, like a net.
Oh, like a net, so it's got other like weaves inside it.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is like
that's how you tell them apart.
that.
So you said that
This-
Araceae family is the monocot.
Yeah, monocot. So we bamboo.
Yeah.
Monocot parallel to the.
Yeah, parallel like that's monocot. It's one of your jobs like to travel and also to collect this.
Yeah,
so you do that.
Yeah, collect the plant that we plant
Yeah.
to grow in the garden.
And you
then-
study what they look like in the natural environment. Like you look at
Yeah.
the environment.
Yeah, look at the environment and try to grow like that.
Try same, but also you also try different ways.
Different
You
way.
try both.
Yeah, because we try to adapt with our mixture that we have.
Yeah.
Sometimes we bring the soil from the source.
Oh, you bring it and
Yeah.
then you
Some special places we dig the soil to see the layer of the soil
inside the like underneath.
from top to underneath the roots.
Wow.
So we pick some
Yeah.
and then try to layer in the pot like this.
Yeah.
When we know the layer and the microclimate also,
Yeah.
it's quite too difficult to explain.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we get to the microhabitats like this, we can understand how cool it is or how humid.
Yeah.
And then when we have the evaporative cooling grass house,
Yeah.
we have a gradient of the humidity and temperature.
Yeah.
And then when we grow the plant, you will know
Oh, exactly.
exactly the place
Yeah.
you will put this pot in this place.
Yeah. So these are the really, really tall are obviously,
It's pines.
yeah, pines.
We have 2 species of native pines.
Only two?
Only 2
Okay.
pines.
Where are they mostly from? Pines? Like
The pines from high mountain in the northern Thailand and some in the northeastern.
So thank you so much for your time, Dr. Wattana. And we had a really good time. It's such a nice trail coming down here. It's not very long. For those of you who are afraid of walking, it's actually easy walk. You discover a lot of wonderful things. Thank you again, Dr. Wattana, for having us.
And goodbye.
Bye. Okay, sorry, where's that coming from?
It is cone from pine.
Yeah. So
Pine
what?
cones.
So you pulled out something that you said.
We said what we call megasporophyll. It's a
New big word.
seeds containing leaves.
Yeah.
The seeds produced from this leaf.
It's actually a leaf.
Actually, leaf.
What? So this thing is actually
The pack of leaves.
a pack. But what about the leaves that we know from pine? That is the
Yeah.
leaves also.
It's a reproductive leaves. Yeah, a pack of reproductive leaves.
Okay.
You can produce spore in here, and spore produce to germinate to be gametophyte,
Okay.
and then fertilize to get the seeds, and seeds grow
Within this cone itself.
within this cone itself.
Okay.
Actually, the cone.
But this is the dried one, or
dry one, open one.
I guess people, when they discovered the pineapple, the first thing that they thought is this,
Yeah.
this one fruit here. But this, you said again, this is not a fruit. This is actually leaves that
Really
has some structure in there that makes the
seeds.
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 and they don't flower.
They don't flower.
Okay.
The flower is evolved from this.
Any male or female thing happening in there?
It's different cones. This is a female cone.
Okay.
It produces and one different. The male they also got the pollen.
The male has the pollen.
Pollen.
Okay.
Pollen is when it's ripe. The pollen is It's wind pollinated.
Wind. Okay.
The wind it blows the pollen
female.
to the female.
And then that's
these
where babies happen.
Seeds, baby. They call allelopathy.
Yeah.
They can protect the offspring by killing another plant offspring.
What? How?
So when we see the pine forest,
Yeah.
most of the tree in there is pine tree.
Okay, so it destroys the other life forms around them, kind of, so they can dominate.
They can
the space.
dominate. I see.
Because you said they produce some kind of oil or something.
Some chemicals. Lots of volatile and oil.
And the chemicals are released by the leaves or
The
like
leaves. The leaf.
Interesting.